Hey everyone, Mike on Monday coming to you out in the field again. Today we want to do a little assessment on some alfalfa stands. So we've got a variety of things that happened out there last year through the winter, etc. So the field that we're in is showing some damage from the winter. Seeded August, came up beautifully, caught the nice early rain, and then later in September, October, we got lots of rain and it started going backwards, but it gave us an opportunity to show you a little something here. So to my left, the ground here, we've got some good alfalfa that's got a nice stand, nice color to it. And then to the right, an area that was a little more waterlogged and soaked. You can see possibly on the camera that we've got different vigor in the plants themselves, as well as you can see that these guys here were heaved out of the ground just a little bit, so it's added some more wear and tear to the plant. As we look over here, you see the crowns are nice and tight to the ground. That's what we're looking for. They should be in nice and tight. So part of the process this time of year is doing an assessment of the stands. Some folks like to do plant density and such. I really think that in today's production side of it, looking at stem density gives us a lot more information from the standpoint of how is it going to yield. So you take a tool such as this that gives us the equivalent of 1 square foot, and you can count the number of shoots within this area, and what we want to have is 40 plus to start with. Anything below 40 shoots, we really aren't going to get the yield that we're looking for, and we should consider rotating to our next crop. From 40 to 55 shoots, we're going to get good yield, or restricted yield, that's maybe a way of saying it. It isn't going to be the top yield, but we manage it accordingly. And then anything that's 55 shoots and higher, we're at maximum production potential. And I say potential because we've got the stand to do it. Now the rest of the story is going to be how's the fertility? Are we maintaining the bugs out there, meaning that we're keeping them under control, etc.? Are the timing of our cutting matching up with what the plant needs, as well as what we're trying to create on the quality side of things as a forage? The other piece that to consider when you're looking at stands is age. Dr. Undersander for years talked about, after 3 years of production, we tend to really start dropping off fast. And this is one of his pieces of data that kind of show that when we get to that first year into second year, we really peak in our production potential. And then as it ages, it starts falling off. And his economic numbers, which makes this a little easier to deal with, the economics say that typically after that third year of production, that it's hard to get the return on the investment out of that stand, so that we should more than likely consider looking at rotating to our next crop. As one grower told me years ago, where is it written that it has to be a junky crop to rotate to the next one? In fact, in that situation, we found by turning under good stands, we ended up with some very, very good corn silage behind that. So again, age of the stand, stem density, plant health is another one. And right now, one of the pieces that you can do for plant health is taking a look at the root. The seeding field I'm in is not going to show this type of damage because it's so young, but what we're looking for from a root standpoint is this nice healthy looking root. You don't see much discoloration here. It's mostly in that white coloration, we start picking up a little bit of that woody or corky color. We get some discoloration, just a little bit of this black. That's one of the crown rots that's starting to move down into the root system. As you can see, as the crown rots continue to advance, that you see it goes deeper and deeper into the root system, and really these can be at different stages throughout the whole field itself. So bottom line is that as you're out there looking at stands that are a year older or older, pull some roots out of the ground, pull that plant open, take a look at that crown and see what's happening on there. So these are a couple of the things that you can do to assess what's happening out on my field, my farm at this time. If you need help with any of that, Country Visions has a whole bunch of agronomists that can help us in that scenario, so feel free to pick up the phone. We'll come out and do a stand assessment with you and talk about that. So one of the other things that I just wanted to bring to forward is that we're having a lot of folks that are in needs of extra forage products, such as oats, peas and oats and such. There's a lot of people looking for these materials right now, so I can't emphasize enough to folks, if you're going to need any of those types of things, figure that out. Call up your Country Visions agronomist, let them know what you're looking for, that we can get your name on that, because we know it's in high demand. One of the questions that I've been hit with quite a bit the past couple of weeks, so what should I try and grow? There's a whole host of ideas out there. I guess I keep coming back to make sure it matches up with what the nutritionist can work with, as well as grow what you know, meaning things that we have in our repertoire of tools to use. If you know how to grow them, more than likely you're having a greater advantage of getting success out of not only the yield, but the quality of the materials that we're trying to create in that situation. But with that, enjoy the beginning of spring. It feels nice out today. Be safe out there. Got any questions? Feel free to give us a shout. Have a great day, everyone.